Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Chef Vic Cuisine. Today we're making steak frite. This recipe delivers a mouth-watering combination of a juicy steak mixed with crispy fries, offering one satisfying meal that's great for lunch or even dinner. So let's get started. All right, so diving right into this recipe, we're going to fill a large bowl with ice and water. And to start our dish, we're going to need 3 large russet potatoes, which is about 3 pounds worth. And we're going to first peel them, and then we're going to slice them into about 1/3 inch thick fries. You can do this either with a sharp knife, or you can use what I'm using, a mandolin slicer. If you're going to use a mandolin slicer, be sure to protect your hand as you slice it. This is one of the most dangerous kitchen tools out there, so always take care and be mindful when you're using this kitchen tool. With the peeled potatoes, you want to keep them in the ice water to prevent them from browning. And then once you have all your sliced potatoes, you want to add them to the ice water bowl as well and allow these to soak for 15 to 20 minutes. This is an important step as it allows the excess starches and sugars to be removed from the outer surface of the fry strips, and also keeps the potatoes from browning prematurely from exposure to air. So after the soaking time, you want to drain them and pat them completely dry. You don't want wet fries going into a fryer. Now separately, you want to add vegetable oil to a deep stock pot or deep fryer and heat them to just below medium heat, or 300 degrees Fahrenheit or 149 degrees Celsius. Now working in batches of about 8 to 10 fries at a time, you want to fry them in the oil, tossing them gently and allow them to cook until they're softened but not browned, which should take about 3 minutes. You want to transfer the fries to a paper towel lined plate, then repeat this process with the remaining amount of fries. Next up, another key part of our dish, our steaks. Here we're going to need 2 1-pound fillets of ribeye steak. You want to make sure those are at room temperature. You want to pat your steaks dry and then season them with 2 teaspoons worth of sea salt and freshly ground black pepper, making sure you hit both sides of the steak, pressing the seasoning into the meat. And now while our fries are having this initial fry, we want to add the olive oil to a large skillet. And for this recipe, we're going to need about 1.5 tablespoons worth of the olive oil. You want to set the skillet over high heat, or 450 degrees Fahrenheit, or 232 degrees Celsius. Once the oil starts to smoke, we want to add in our steak fillets to the pan and sear them for 4 minutes on one side without flipping it. After the first sear, you want to flip the steaks and then cook them for another 2 to 3 minutes, or until the steak has an internal temperature of 155 degrees Fahrenheit for a medium cook. You want to make sure you sear the edges of the steak as well, and you can always use a food thermometer to check this temperature. After that time is up, we want to remove the steaks and transfer them to a large serving plate. Here we're going to divide our butter, which is 3 tablespoons of salted butter in total, equally between the steaks, and allow them to rest. And while they're resting and a little bit beforehand, it's time to fry the fries a second time. We want to heat the oil this time to medium heat, or 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 176 degrees Celsius. We're going to fry the fries in workable batches until they become golden and crisp, which should take about 3 to 5 minutes per batch. Once our fries look like this, you know they're ready to go, and you want to transfer them to a paper towel lined plate and season them all with some sea salt. Now for plating, you want to transfer your steak as well as a large handful of the fries, and then slice the steak against the grain using a sharp knife. Here you want to plate this dish alongside your favorite dipping sauce. And with that, your steak frite is ready to be served and enjoyed. Congrats, you've made one amazing dish for lunch right at home. This can be served with ketchup or even a garlic aioli as dipping sauces. Also, feel free to use your own favorite cut of steak. I feel like a ribeye steak goes really well in this dish. but as with all my other recipes, I can't wait for you guys to try this at home. And when you do, be sure to tag me at Chef Vic Cuisine or hashtag Chef Vic Cuisine so I can see your great takes on this dish. As always, this recipe and many more can be found in my cookbook, Chef Vic Cuisine Volume 5, Mastering Your Inner Chef. And that's available on Amazon, and I'll be sure to leave a link to that in my description box. And feel free to click the pop-up on your screen for more information on that as well. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed learning how to make this recipe, and if you did, make sure you smash that like button for me. It's one of the best ways to show support for the channel. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button too, and feel free to share this recipe with all your family and friends. And stay tuned for next week where I show you a great entree option, my chicken scallopini recipe. This is actually really easy to make, and it feeds plenty, and I can't wait for you guys to try it. Well, thanks again for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed this recipe. You can always check out more on my page now. YouTube thinks you'll like these videos, so let's see if they're right. And I'll catch you next time on another episode of Chef Vic Cuisine. And until then, peace.